You are about to experience the ultimate battle between every show I have ever seen on Broadway while touring and in the West End until only one is left at the end of this tournament. This 3-part series is meant to be a fun way for you to get to know me and my theatrical taste a bit more. If there is an outcome that you do not agree with, I invite you to leave me a comment and let me know how your tournament would have gone down. I am not judging you on any of the shows that you love, as I hope that you do not judge me for the shows that I love. With that out of the way, let's get started. This preliminary round will feature the last 2 musicals I saw on Broadway, Broadway plays, U.S. national tours, and West End productions. First up, it is Once Upon a Mattress vs. Illinoise. All right, I reviewed Once Upon a Mattress on my channel. I thought it was a perfectly fine production, but personally, I just enjoyed Illinoise a lot more. I was so impressed with the world building that they were able to achieve on that stage. They've made really good use of the St. James Theater, and I really love a movement piece. So Illinoise, you are moving on to the main rounds. All right, next up, Lombardi versus Job. Lombardi is about Vince Lombardi, the head coach of the Green Bay Packers, and Job, well, you can see my review to hear my thoughts on that production. Lombardi was good. It was my introduction to theater in the round because it premiered at Circle in the Square, and it did give me a really good appreciation for sports. But I have to say, I think I enjoyed Job a little bit more, so Job is going to move on to the next round. All right, next, we have Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime versus Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Oh boy. All right, so Curious Incident is going to move on from this round. What can I say about Harry Potter and the Cursed Child? Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is the reason why I created this YouTube channel. I had a terrible experience seeing that show. I only found there to be like 2 magic tricks that I thought were pretty cool. Otherwise, the rest of the special effects I feel like I've seen before on stage. So like I said, Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime is moving on. Next up, we have 1984 versus The Play That Goes Wrong, or what I like to call a stage manager's worst nightmare. I liked 1984, I really did, but I think I'm going to move The Play That Goes Wrong through. I just thought The Play That Goes Wrong, I had much more fun with that show, and 1984 is not supposed to be a fun show. I remember 1984's marketing being like, this is like the most shocking thing you will see on Broadway. And I don't know, there wasn't much to it that really bothered me. I'm going to move The Play That Goes Wrong on. Okay, Disney versus Disney, The Lion King versus Frozen. Frozen is a show that I saw on tour. The Lion King was the very first show I ever saw on Broadway. And then it was great to experience it again when I saw the show on tour. I had such a special moment. There were these kids sitting in front of me, and the cast went out of their way to make it a special experience for them. It was so wonderful to see. For example, when the puppets would pass by through the aisles, they would turn the puppets' heads to look at the kids and acknowledge them, and it was just so special. It really reminded me why I love the show and why I love theater, and it was great to see a new generation get to enjoy the magic of theater. Frozen, I really enjoyed that production. The orchestrations really stood out to me. They went very hard, and I really appreciated that. However, I have to give it to The Lion King. It's the one that started it all, and I am very thankful that I saw the show when I did. The King and I versus Cabaret, both shows I saw on tour. It's going to go to Cabaret. Cabaret is just one of the best musicals to ever be written. It is such an important story. It stands the test of time, I will say. I like The King and I, but Cabaret has to move forward. Moulin Rouge versus Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Again, both shows I saw as they were touring. Moulin Rouge was the pre-Broadway run. I definitely had more fun with Moulin Rouge. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, it was fine. Moulin Rouge went all out with their set, and I really appreciate that. I enjoyed it much more than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, so that's moving on. Lastly, we have Life of Pi versus and Juliet. Both shows I saw while I was in London. I really loved the puppetry in Life of Pi. That was my favorite part about the show, and the performances were also very good. The thing is, what I felt was kind of unfair about it was if you were sitting in the orchestra, you missed out on a lot of very cool special effects. I just thought Life of Pi was a very good show. I wish it lasted longer on Broadway. I loved & Juliet. I had a very good time at that production. Jukebox musicals are very hit or miss for me, but I thought & Juliet did a very good job at mixing the songs with the story. So & Juliet is going to move on. That's it for the preliminary round. Let me know in the comments how you would have done things. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified when I upload part 2, where 64 shows will compete to make it to the finale. Until then, you can see other theater-related content, including Broadway reviews, on my channel. Thank you so much for watching.